Hello everyone and welcome back to Total Football Productions. So, at the weekend we had GMF U'8s v Salford Storm U'8s. And in my match preview, I believed it was going to be a tight game and there wasn't going to be much in it. And that's how the game turned out. But guys, before we go any further, I would just like you to like, subscribe, and share some of the content that we're kind of producing here. If you're enjoying the content, that would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, please give us a like and a subscribe, and if you can share the content, that would be very grateful for us moving forward. But yeah, getting back to the match. The game is how I thought it would be. There wasn't much between the two teams in the end, but that's not how it actually started out. At the very beginning, it all looked as if it was going to be Salford Storm who were the team that were literally quick out of the traps. They were on top of us. They scored some excellent goals. They played some really good football. Some very again, the technical skills at this kind of level are just it's a joy to watch, because these kids can all play and they can all use the ball really well, and they move really well. And they play really good football. But as I said, Salford were quick out of the trap, scored some brilliant goals, all different types of goals. There's kind of shots from long range or close up, or kind of one-on-ones with the goalkeeper, and they managed to get into a really strong lead. The GMF boys, I don't know whether it was the weather or whether, I'm not entirely sure what it was. But the boys just couldn't get going. They couldn't find their feet. The weather was terrible. It was absolutely chucking it down the entire match. Difficult weather conditions for both teams, but I think Salford kind of adapted to those conditions very quickly. And as I said, took a really strong lead and played some excellent football. But as the match went along, the boys started to find their feet. Owen, who was in nets, who made some very important saves, some very good saves at the beginning, was kind of brought out, and Owen was brought up front. We had Conley in nets for a little while, who again made some good saves, and he distributed the ball very well despite the terrible weather conditions. And the boys started to get a little bit of kind of momentum. They got a goal and they kind of started to get back into it. And then the manager Paul made another change, and he put Ronan back in nets, and he moved Conley back into defence, and he kept the Dan on one wing and Dara back on his favourite position on the left wing. And Leo had a brilliant game. Kid was in midfield and he was on the wing and he was going past players, and he was just absolutely just chasing after the ball and making very important tackles at critical moments. So the boys got a little bit of momentum. Owen bagged quite a few goals. With some of the play that he made himself. He created a couple of goals himself. He got a couple of parries from the goalkeeper, who made some excellent saves, but Owen just happened to be in the right place at the right time, which is a great trait for anyone playing up front, and he managed to slot the ball home. And then there was a couple other times where there was very good football played by the GMF, and the boys, whether it was Dara or whether it was Conley, were feeding the ball into Owen, and he managed to pick up a couple of goals from that too. So the boys managed to turn the result around, and they managed to go on and just nick the match by a couple of goals. But as I said, that definitely didn't look like it was on the cards early doors. So all credit to the GMF boys, who found their feet in the second half of the match, and they really got going, and they gave absolutely everything, and they managed to just turn the result around, which was absolutely brilliant, and again a delight to watch. And on the balance of play, if the game had been a draw, it would have been a probably fair result, considering how far Salford were in front of us at one stage. But the boys, the GMF boys, the comeback kings, they've done this quite a few times this season, where they've kind of gone behind, and then all of a sudden there's this mass urge of energy, and the boys just put everything into the game and managed to drive up the field and score some goals. And in many cases they've had some brilliant comebacks this season. It'd be nice if they could actually take a lead and just kind of push forward from that, but I don't know if that's going to be that type of season. I think it's going to be the type of season where we're just on the back foot a little bit, and then we're going to try and climb that mountain. So far we've climbed plenty of mountains, so it's been pretty good. But okay guys, just moving forward, we don't know who we're playing next week, so there will be a preview coming up later on. Not sure who it'll be. Yeah, it's been another very good weekend. Okay, so again guys, thanks for watching the content. Please like, subscribe, and share to the channel, and yeah, hopefully we will see you on the next one, whoever that may be.